That's and just going live again. I've not done a live video for quite a while, so I'm a wee bit. I never really done many before anyway, so I'm no expert on it, and a bit rusty from the last time I done it. So I'm just trying to get a comfortable balance. You know, I had it balanced a minute ago. I kid you not, you know, before I went to live, but because in live it doesn't want to go balanced now, that's it now for just so it didn't hurt me. If it goes falling, you know what will happen. Hello. Well, you probably know it's my 48th birthday today, so I thought I'd do a live. Oh, hello. Somebody's tuned in anyway. So a day off today. I've been working, well, you know, consecutively, and as it happens, my birthday's landed on my day off today. So I've just been chilling out today. I do what I do, what I like to do best. One of the things anyway was Lego building. I went to the Royal National Lifeboat Institution, I think it is. They had a Lego exhibition in the Broughty Ferry boathouse by Dundee. So I went there this afternoon, had a wee look round, got some videos and footage. Asked first, of course, that was okay. So I've included that on my video that I just uploaded about an hour ago. It's on my channel. It's to launch my Lego project series videos. It's episodes, there's 7 episodes in it. It's episodes 1 to 7. My Lego project series it's called. So I just launched it today, basically. All the episodes have been uploaded just in the last few weeks or so. But now that they're all up, I thought I'd just launch the whole series. Oh, of course, the last time I looked, there was only one, now there's 3. Hello, whoever's joined. Oh, gosh, I don't know. I better make sure the chat's... oh, chat's visible. Grief. I don't know, I'm thinking in the corner. So I don't know if the chat's are on or not. Oh, it should be. Well, maybe nobody's put anything in yet. That's maybe never occurred to me that. I'm just adjusting the setting, the selfie stick, because it was just getting a bit of glare. And at the top of Dundee Law, by the way, in case you don't know. I suppose I could show you the view, I guess. It's quite nice if you've not already saw it before. See, that looked quite nice. You've got a wee bit there in the background. It just gets light saturated. Now I've got to remember how you turn this round. I think it zooms in on me, then it eventually goes round there. That's it. So I don't really want to take it out there. I suppose I'm going to have to take it out. Oh, somebody. It's it. Hello. Hi, Danny. How are you? Thanks for joining. I'm just going to show you the view from the top of Dundee Law. It's where in part. It was on the thumbnail. The sunset is over in that direction, but it's not so easy to get the view from there when in part up, because the hill tends to block, you know, a wee bit of the hill there tends to block the sunset. But you will get some of the sunset colours at least, anyway. So, and that's the monument for the remembrances for Remembrance Days for the World Wars. So what I'll do is I'll put this back in. Turn this back over. Yep. And I'll put this back here. Ah, hello. You've joined. I thought so. I'm just doing with it balanced perfectly. Now I can't get it to. Oh, come on. It's like blooming balancing act here. I had it balanced perfectly doing it. No, it doesn't want to. Oh, I hate it when it does that. It's just because I'm. Sorry, folks. Oh, hang on, I've got an idea. This is like a blooming comic, this is it. I'm just lazy, I just don't want to hold the selfie stick, I just want to balance it so I could relax. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just launching, as I say, just launching the Lego project series of mine. And I've also launched the latest model that I've done, top shelf quality model. Got all that's explained in the my Lego project series. Because I go through, I go through all the explanations of the sizes, the scale that I use, the weight scale that I use. It's quite complicated to explain it all. So it's easier if you just watched the series, and I'll go into an in-depth explanation as to what I'm referring to when I use the term weight scales, and you know, for synchronising the weights on my models. Oh, that might be better there actually. Get a wee bit of the view there. No, doesn't really want to. Just does not want to balance. It just keeps on. I'm determined. Oh, I don't want to give in too easily. I'm determined to get that to balance. So yeah, the Royal Lifeboat, the Royal National Lifeboat Institution had a great exhibition. So you'll see that on the, as I say, the previous video that I put up. It's still, as I say, that video is to launch my YouTube series. So I've been busy lately as well, doing things, working obviously. I've been working. I've been going on holiday. I went down to Berwick on Tweed just a few weeks back with my mates down at a Static Caravan place. Videos are up on my channel. I'm going to be doing some of the, I'm actually hoping to do a midnight cruiser soon as well. I've not done one of them for a while. So yeah, I've been going to the banger racing as well. I've got another banger race video to make up, to get all edited and compiled up. It was the Loch Gelly Raceway Banger meeting. There was meant to be van bangers on at the 15th of July, but they were cancelled, and it was just short notice. They gave the 2 litre bangers a chance. Oh, hi Jim, thank you. Yeah, thanks Jim. You had a good day. I've just been relaxing today. I've done what I do best. I do what I enjoy best, which is relaxing, doing some Lego building, went to the Lego exhibition, and making videos. And eating. So I'll be having a good. I've got some beer in the house, so I'll have a couple of cans. Got that for my birthday. So, well, I'm not drinking beer now, by the way. This is just a Pepsi Max, as you probably imagine. I wouldn't dare do that while I'm driving. But yeah, so I'll get the video put up for the bangers, the 2 litre bangers. There was vans, a couple of vans did turn up for that event because they were, I think they just found out that it was cancelled. So what the race organisers done is they let them go out on track, just the 2 of them, to basically do what banger racing does best, which is just to slam the shit out of each other on the track. They went round and crashed into each other. It was a family that went out, like, and they put on a good show, even though there was only 2 vans in it. They did put on a good show. So I got a lot of the footage of that. Well, I've got all the footage of that. I've just got to compile it up to the video. If anybody's there, well, obviously you're there, but could anybody let me know if this picture's pixelating? If it is, it's maybe because it's too bright over there. When I move, I can see the screen sort of fluctuating. Is the picture okay at your end? Because I don't know. It looks fine at my end, but there's been times that I've checked back on the playback and it's just been rubbish. It's been all pixelated. So I kind of need to know if it's the picture's fine. Great, that's brilliant. Because I notice when I'm moving, it's causing the light to the screen's fluctuating a little bit, and that might cause a pixelation on your side. Brilliant, that's good. I'm glad the picture's good at your side. Great. There's nothing worse, because as I've done the very first time I've done a live. Oh hi, hello, Braveheart, like you. Hello to all of yous that have joined. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Thank you. Yeah, the very first time I done a live, I done a 3-hour live. I put the camera phone on the windscreen holder, and I was driving around and I thought, this is great, I can show you all these places. I went to a disused bridge and everything, I went to Blairgowrie, I went to the Standing Stones at Blairgowrie. It was brilliant. I thought, this is great, this is going live. You know, I was driving about covering so much distance showing you it. But then on the playback, it was, oh, the picture was pixelated, it was not very clear at all. So I learnt that unless it's something to do with the bitrate, the picture just won't keep up, you know, it won't give you a good picture. So I've learned not to move around too much when I'm doing a live. It's best to do that on a video. I look forward to seeing the Bangor Race video. Have you any more plans for another one? Yes, Jim, I was just saying to... Oh, right, Brett. Oh gosh, you're on. You're on as well. Oh. Somebody that I know personally is on here. It just feels different when somebody I know, like I know from face to face. Somebody I know well's on here. God, I feel a bit sort of, feels a bit strange. Never mind. Sorry, Jim, what was I saying? The Midnight Cruiser, yeah, I was saying I've got plans to do that quite soon. I've got some days off next week, so I think what I'll do is I'll try and get that done next week. And just thinking where to go, because I've done a lot of places in Dundee. The last one I'd done was, I think there was me, Cian and Stroon, and we went exploring in one of the traffic islands. That was the last one. The previous one to that, I think, was Dundee to St Andrews, and I went to the pizza place. It looks, actually you can see St Andrews from here. It's a lovely sunset, and oh, this is really odd, by the way. That means I've got to go and take this camera out. No, it's just the way the colours were reflecting off that. It was really nice. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be up for doing that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you this. I'm going to have to upset all these settings, but no, I want to show you before it goes away. Gosh, I hate doing this because it takes me a while to get this back in again. Oh, God, it's because it's on cam, is it? Bear with me. I'll get it out. There we go. You might be able to see that without... No, you won't. Actually, I'll have to turn it. Right, hang on. Right, yeah. This is what I was trying to show you. You see the colours? Now, the sunset is in the northwest over there. However, when you look over to the southeast, there's a kind of red glow in the distance. Now, I've noticed this before lately. When I say lately, I mean like in the last few years, 2018 especially. St Andrews is just there. You can see the kind of, I don't know if you can appreciate what the colours are like on the camera, but it certainly looks quite impressive. But what I'm really trying to point out is that there's a red glow, a faint kind of red glow there, and it kind of just, you know, it's almost like the sun is setting over there. It was a lot worse, or a lot more noticeable then, shall we say, back in 2018, and since then as well. Prior to that, it wasn't like that, not for me anyway. So I thought, anyway, I'd just highlight that while I was up here enjoying the sunset colours. So that's where the sun's meant to be. Well, it is, you know, the colours you'd expect, but it's certainly right in the opposite way. You can maybe just make out the red in the horizon there. I mean, there's ships I could see out in the horizon. I don't know if you're going to see it on here. There's only so much I could zoom in on a live, but I could certainly see the red reflecting off it. But it's the light behind it, and the clouds behind there. There's sort of like a light source. Well, it certainly seems awful red anyway. Sort of about in that patch here. And just try to get the camera to make the light more visible, noticeable, the colours. It's kind of red there. It's a bit odd, I thought, because like I say, the sun's over there. But I've mentioned a lot of this before. Hang on, I'll try and get this camera back on here. This is the fun bit. Probably go flying or something. Let's see. Need to turn this back round. I'm scratching. What did I do? I put that up there. That kind of acts as kind of putting the cloth up there supports it a wee bit. This is what happens when you upset I had it balanced perfectly, but it's just that it's sore having that thing for so long, yeah. So I like to be able to have it balanced. Yeah, so I'm planning on doing another Midnight Cruiser very soon. I lost the charts now. Oh no. Hang on. Oh, God. They were there a minute ago, kind of like, so I was going to have a look back. Right, Louise. Thanks for the birthday wishes, Jenny G. Yep, thanks everybody that's gave us nice birthday wishes. Can you explain a wee bit about the bus thing, mate? You know, you got too much, but what was it? Braffy, the top of the Law Hall. It is Braffy, the top. You should have a visit up Cool Hill, just over the bridge where the tea. Oh yeah, that hill over in Fife. That's what it's called, Cool Hill. Yeah, one day I'll get around to it for sure. I've been up Falkland Hill. They're freaky. West Lomond Hills or something. That's it, East Lomond Hill. I'm trying to read this. It's just that I've got this blooming big arrow right on the chart there. You could maybe try and get a gimbal for live streaming. Yeah, there's lots of things. It's just early days for me, like, yeah. My dad rolled on early 70s in a car and I ended up on the roof. Police said that was caused. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a steep drop. Like, you know, you got to be careful going down, especially in the winter. Some of them, you see, when I was coming up here in the car, I drove up here, right, and just before I got to that corner there was a car coming down. It was right across. It was like that. I was like, you know, I just got a bit of a fright. I don't think you expected, but it was just a wee bit too far into the middle of the road, and I was coming up. You know, it's a blind corner, but yeah, I wouldn't like the thought of going down there. There was something else you asked. Oh God, I saw it. Yeah. No, you're right. I've read what you're asking, but no, I wouldn't want to. No, there's not much. I'm glad it's for now anyway, that nobody wanted a strike. Nobody really. It's just I didn't like. I mean, obviously, you know, these things happen, but no, it wasn't a good with it. You know, it was a great inconvenience to understand that, like, yeah, the bus strike, but we're working now. We're back to work now, so times, you know, things need to be addressed. Anyway, I can't really talk about much about that because it's internal matter, you know, work. I can't really speak about work. You get all that stuff on the tainted media that show their version or word it the way. There's a lot of things that was put on the media that I think personally shouldn't have been put up there. All the figures and that they put there make it look like it's not really but it's internal matter, so why are they publicising it? It's like one-sided regarding the bus strike. You know, I don't like knowing that people were being inconvenienced and that. But obviously, being a union member, I cannot and would not cross a picket line. There's no job. So, well, put it this way, you've all got your own views. I know that. I know someone on there that has their views on regarding that. But the thing is, though, Anyway, I don't want to go into that too much because I can't talk about inside work related things on here because it's it's private. But you'll get all that on the biased say press that make it look like that that. Well, you just get the idea the way they word it. We're the bus drivers and trying to make it look like we're this. That's our fault and we're too sort of wanting too much and greedy. But the thing is, they're not in the car. They don't know. Do they know what it's like working for? Anyway, I can't really go on about that in here. But let's just say it was unfortunate that it came to having to have a strike. It was unfortunate that that's what ended up having to happen. I don't get any. I wasn't happy about knowing that Dundonians were inconvenienced by that one little bit. I like to be able to, when I do my job, I like knowing that and helping people get from A to B, and I like driving buses anyway. That's my hobby. It's not a hobby, that's my job, but I like buses as a hobby. And when I go to the bus rallies, I drive buses for the museums as well. And I enjoy it, so I get satisfaction out of helping out. I like driving buses, but as a job it could get very stressful, and there are things that need to be everything could be improved, shall we say. There's always room for improvement, I'll put it like that, but I'll leave it at that. But in the way things are, everything, like not just the buses, but everything in general, get right up to all the systems, all the things that would depend on. For example, if you're going to control society, you're going to use the methods. You're going to manipulate the methods that mean most to them to get the results. Let's put it like that. So if you're going to have, for example, if powers that be want to control a society, if powers of be want to control a society, they're going to use what they've invented to get the society to depend on. Then they'll manipulate it. For example, buses is a prime example because it's essential. There's lots of essential services out there, and to make waves, obviously if you mean business to control, you're going to have to go right to the core of it where people depend on it for survival, because they don't know, because they've been let's say, if people knew, let's just say if we knew that we could do more ourselves or got more potential, then we wouldn't depend on so much that's on offer. But if you don't believe in that, and you think that we're only got to be, and that's all we've got to depend on it, then you're going to depend on it. And when that changes, then you're going to have to change everything with it. So, but anyway, I'm going way off. I don't want to get into that. I've got my views on it. I've always got my views on it, but I can't obviously say it on here because anybody could be listening, and everybody's got their own point of view, and I'm not actually on there to try and change anybody's view on anything. I just put it on my video to express my views. Or some of them I won't, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I've got my views. We all do. But I was unfortunate that the strike happened. As I say, it's not something that, it's not something I enjoyed. I didn't enjoy being on the picket line, knowing that Dundonians and visitors or bus users were inconvenienced. I did not enjoy that at all. Anyway, that's really all I'm going to say on that, because it's a work-related thing, and as I say, the media have put their spin on it. And do they work there? Do they know what it's like? I'm just saying, do they know what it's like working there? Do they know what they're talking about? Do they know? It's just like some might look at what they've written or put about us. They might see it in a sort of, maybe a kind of a biased way, sort of. Is it really fair the way they've worded it? That makes it look like, anyway, and never mind that. Enough on that. Moving along off of that subject. Work. I'd have to think about work till Friday. and I've got to watch, because I'm not naming any of the companies or anything on here, because if, anybody was watching that from the work, I haven't said anything. Anyway, I haven't said anything, any particular names or anything. I've just expressed general expressions. So if anybody from the work was watching it, they would know that I haven't actually mentioned any specific detail. So that's the way it's got to be, because I know from years back, well before I went online, that things were put on public line, Facebook, way before I joined it. And people, some that did that got into serious trouble for it, So you got to be careful what you put up, especially talking about the workplace. But what I've said is nothing. I haven't said named anything, so I can't name specifics on you. Some people would be glad. I know channels, well, I don't actually, but I've heard things mentioned with they've actually went into in-depth things about regarding subjects, and then saying to myself, God, they're naming it. How could they actually think? How did they get away with it? It's amazing that they could do that. That they do that and feel as though that it's safe enough for them to name certain things and organisations and knock them and everything online. With anybody can be watching it and thinking to myself, they're taking a heck of a risk. I'm not doing that. No way. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. As I say, there's no rewind button on that. There's no rewind button. That said, that could be anywhere. That's just why you got to be careful when you're on live or anything. Well, if you're on live, or if you post it up, once it's online in public, and anything is said can't be rewound. So, anyway, I'm going to be doing other things on the channel. There's a Quest thing I wanted to do. I wanted to upgrade one of my Quest series as well. Oh God! I'm just looking through the charts. Thank you. Thanks to everybody that's wished me happy birthday. Where are you off tonight? Yeah, I'm off to later on the night, but I'll probably go get my tea somewhere. I got some just small pocket money, birthday money, so I'll maybe treat myself to chicken fried rice or something from one of the Chinese takeaways, perhaps, or I might just nip into Tesco's and get myself I don't know, a fancy Malcolm Allen steak pie and some chips, and wash it down with one of these cans of Bellhaven Best she gave us. I've put them in the fridge, so I'll maybe have that. Put my feet up, we'll watch a Clint Eastwood film or something. Got a load of DVDs, so I'll probably do that later on the night. If I don't choose to go to the... Mind you, I'll be meeting you up with yeah, I'll get back to you on the message, but I'll be doing stuff tomorrow, won't we? Something to eat in the morning. So, where was I? Lost. I'm glad I left. Working at the depot office before the strike. I'm glad I left. Ah, Jenny. So, the depot office. I didn't. Alright. You worked in the depot office. Ah, that's the media for you. So, yeah. Media probe. Oh, the evangelized it. Yeah. Yeah, media, that's the danger. It's you see, it's what people may listen to, and it's like, if you read it in the paper or hear it on the news, it's got this certain kind of weight behind it. It's influential. I don't know if I said that right, but influences people's points of view. Or I'll rephrase that. People allow their points of views to be influenced by what? Or people may allow their points of views to be influenced by what the media offer. That's maybe a better way of phrasing it. And, take, for example, going to be back to the 1980s. I had a TV. we only had a wee black and white TV for a good while in the 1980s, and when the news came on, it was like, oh, we've got to get back to the news. I didn't watch the news back then. I just couldn't really. I wasn't interested. I just didn't get into it. I still don't read the newspaper, and just didn't get into it at all. Not really. Like family members and people. Oh, I've got to get back in time for the news. I don't want to miss the news. Oh, got to watch the news, get a paper, read the news. And it was big news. Everybody sang off the same hymn sheet, so to speak. There was only 4 channels. Well, if I remember when there was only 3 channels. I remember when Channel 4 came out, 1982, I think it was. I think it was 1982. And then 1997, Channel 5 came out. But anyway, in the 80s, we only had 4 channels. I mean, you had cable and all that stuff, but we never had that. Because we never had much money. And we still don't have much money. But we had a wee black and white for a while, 4 channels, and when the news came on, it was important, I would watch my dad, my family members, dad and that, they watched the news and still do, and people would talk about, if we bumped into people in the town or in the street, we would talk about what was seen on the news. It was like, give it a lot of credit, or the news wouldn't lie, and it must be true, it's on the news, read the newspaper, it must be true. It builds up this credit level, But, and if you could do that, influence people's views, or people allow their views to be influenced by what's on offer, then,
Dit vraagt om een panorama.
But, it's really just, it's,
Wauw.
so, what was I saying? Yeah, the news, I mean, it's influential, so, and if, take for example, you were just watching the news by chance, and you heard something that just caught your attention, then you're going to kind of be drawn in by it, and you're going to listen to it at least, and take in what's been said, because you'll know just inside it, it's on the news, so it's caught my attention. It gets people's attention, and that's the thing, you see. If it gets people's attention, then that's like half the battle to get their point of view influenced. And when people's points of views are influenced, then wouldn't you think that may mean that people could then become controlled, i.e. me, I get controlled by and living within the laws of what I believe to be. Like, all the laws of physics, all the laws politically, and I live by them because they're influenced by what I've been brought up with. So if people are brought up with the core of the understanding of how the world is, how they want you to believe the world works, and then you'll kind of you'll fall and you'll live within those constraints. But if you knew more, like things that you were perhaps told that were impossible, and then you experience them being first hand, that what was once you may have thought was impossible are then seemingly possible. That opens up a whole different way of the perception of life, doesn't it? And you might question why can't we do more? Why isn't there more to it? Instead of, there's so much stuff on the media. It's just crazy. I'm not discussing the stuff that's on the media anyway, but I've seen some of it and it's just overwhelmingly unbelievable. It's shocking. I don't know what to make of any of it. It's what you make of it. It's a report, it's news, but I'm not naming anything in particular. But I came across stuff, but there's also other things as well online that's just blows me away, and that's the thing. As soon as you look at the news or things online or anything like that, you're being sort of, in a way, hypnotised, because you're accepting what you're seeing is to be what it is like. For example, I've mentioned before that if you see a picture on the media, then you're going to be, or any device, then you're allowing yourself to accept that as for what it is. It's putting an idea into your head, So, anyway, we'll check the charts. God, it's so complicated now. It's just, I hate that when that happens. It's just because of where in part and who's in front. I've just got to be patient. I don't want to get like that. I just wish you would move. But anyway, never mind. It's a public area. It's not my area as much as... So, like I was saying, I've been busy on my channel anyway. Launched my videos. I've done other things. What was the other stuff I put up recently? Why on earth did I have to hang around here? The whole hill to hang around. Why here? That's the thing when you do a live, you know, you can't audit it. It's got to be patient. But anyway, I'm just check the charts. Wait. But so anybody got any ideas where I should go for my midnight cruises? Put them on the chat so I could get your ideas. Within reason, like, you know, Dundee based. Oh gosh, I'm way behind. I used to work in the I used to work in the shop, then contact was up, so I was to help in the depot for... Ah, right. I didn't. No, news said it was... Ah, I'm reading what you put there, the news said it was all my fault. Oh, it's all my fault. Yeah, you said it was my fault. Good one. I like that one. Good one. Nice, enjoy the Belhaven Best, mate. Yep, I will do. Thanks for that. Brett, thanks for the Belhaven Best. My mum and dad always watch the 6 o'clock news. Yeah, the 6 o'clock news. Oh gosh. Well, the thing about the news, BBC, you know, the news reporters, stuff like that, you know, it's just so much going on. Like, but thank you. Happy birthdays for me. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. Hi, hello. The only news I watched are the GB News on the top radio. Yep, I enjoyed it too. But what was it? Yeah. My mate's is going to be well, he's working there as well at the depot. He just recently started. He's a good bit. Oh gosh, he got his car license last year. Passed his test last year, so he's got experience on the road before you apply for a driver license for a bus. I reckon Tom says, like, I give him a hand, you know, get through his license, because what we've done is I took out a dual control car last year. I just try to help him out, you know. And he got through his test first time, his car test first time. So he's got his license, he's had it for over a year now. And he's going to be aiming to be a bus driver soon. So, called a TV programme for a reason. Yeah, Braveheart, yeah, it's called a TV programme for a reason. To program your mind, yep. Yeah, programming the mind, the perception. That's right. That's what it does. It's you become sort of I don't know, was it? You get persistent to it. You allow it to get into the mind. So when you're watching, not just the television, but even this, any device that's got a light and sound on it, your mind's putting the ideas into your head. It's only putting an idea into your head because it's not the real thing you're looking at. You're only looking at an image, light, and hearing the sound from it. So it's artificial, basically. And the perceptions of the physical world around you will be manipulated, or maybe manipulated, if we allow it ourselves to become manipulated by artificial information sources like the media, internet, anything really. even a picture or a book or a photo, it's second-hand information. It's artificial. It's not the real thing. It's only manipulating the ideas, giving the ideas, putting ideas into your mind. It's fascinating. I mean, I haven't studied any of that stuff. I just think about it. Do I really need to? Why should I have to go to university to study it when I could just think what I want to think of and have my own view on it? And that's just what I'm expressing. Well, overall, I'm not saying it's right or wrong or anything like that. I'm just expressing how I feel it, how I feel that it may be at this stage. Sometimes you check out abandoned buildings you tried. Oh yeah, the Perth Road. It's called Television, but it tells a vision. Yeah, that's interesting. Jenny, yeah, the buildings. No, not yet, Jenny. I haven't actually tried the house out yet. I've passed it so many times when I've been driving the bus up and down the Perth Road, but I've never actually got around to getting in it yet. I think I might have missed my opportunity because there's stuff going on behind it. It's like they're doing work or something, or landscaping, or doing something to it. So they might have, it was pretty well sealed up. The last time I looked about it, in depth, specifically looking at that building, it was sealed up good and proper. And the one thing I never do when I explore any abandoned buildings, I never break and enter. Never. I've never done that. I'm not going to. I've never done any of that for my videos. I've never broken and entered any of the buildings for my videos. They've already been open when I've done videos on it. I've only went in when it's been opened already, not by me. If there's a board missing and there's enough room for me to get in. Within reason, obviously. It's not going to be like somebody's house. If somebody's house doors open, doesn't mean I'm going to go in. It's obvious that I'm going to go to a building that's been derelict for years, for a long, considerable length of time, and it's obviously derelict and nobody's, it's been abandoned. Doesn't mean it's any excuse. Doesn't mean that it's going to, I've got the right to go in. I don't. But I definitely do not break and enter any buildings for videos, or for anything for that matter. I don't break and enter. It's against the law. If you do, it's breaking the law, so if you get caught, you will get done for it. You can get into serious trouble if you go into something meant if it's signed up. Like, you got to use a common sense. I mean, like, there's places that you just wouldn't go into, and there's places that are open to the elements, and it's obviously people have been going in. There's evidence of people being going in and in and out, looking at the buildings anyway, well before I've got there. So it's been people. It doesn't make it right, but it just means that all I'm doing is going in anyway and just taking some footage and coming out. I don't disturb anything. But I don't think that Perth house will be opening anytime soon because of where it's located. It's right it's in a busy area. It's in the Perth Road. There's a lot of people who go past, and if there's any doors or boards open, people will go in. So it's always quite well sealed up. There's cameras there as well. They'll always keep a check on it. If I could get in, if it was already open, then I would consider. But that's all it would be a consider. I wouldn't necessarily mean I would go in for sure. But but yeah, there's an old building down there that I've been wanting to go in. It's a big old building. I know people have been in it already. I would love to be able to get into that. It's been closed for years. If you're from Dundee, you'll know it. It's just off the Concha. It's a big building. It's been there for years. I can't name. I'm not really going to promote naming it on here I don't know who's watching and who could watch this. If I'd name a building, say like that building there, by the way, is derelict. I've just named it and said people could then come up and start going on my promotion of promoting people to do it. I've got to be careful. I'm not promoting people to do these things. But if you're afraid Dundee, you'll know what I'm on about. There's a building just off the Concha. It's a big building, you'll know it. It's been derelict for years. If I could get in there, if there was boards missing, and there's apparently obvious people have been in it already, All I'm doing is just going in, taking some footage, having an explanation for my own interests, and just sharing it with you. That'd be brilliant. Again, some people have been in it, and lucky them. Nah, I was going to hint, I was going to show you on my camera, but nah, come on, I don't really go upset at all. But yeah, keep my ear to the ground anyway, and listen out for places, suggestions from the old team and that. Somebody was asking about Explanation 156. I've got that right, have I? Was it Blacks 156X? So it's the guy that was the guy. There was me, there was Kieran, there was the other guy. They had their channel, and I done an exploration with them. It was, I can't remember. It was someone. I should remember because it was just a couple of years ago. But somebody was asking about them. But no, I just give me working at different times and that. We will do more. I've never forgot about it. I'm still keeping my eyes open for places, potential places that I could do explorations. I done one recently, the disused army village, Craigie Hall. I went there at night as well, actually, on my own. And the video's up on my channel if you look back. But yeah, I'm open to suggestions. I'll always keep looking for derelict buildings and buildings I could explore into. There was a video that I had to take though. Sometimes you check. It's called Rose Angle. Yeah, that's it. I'm not sure. Can't get it. Nah, see, that's the thing. I can't break into it. That's the thing. The last time I looked at it, it was all sealed up, and I'm pretty sure it'll be sealed up because of where it's in. It's a busy area, and but if it's going to be in a popular area, it's busy, especially the weekends. There's a lot of pubs there. Any doors open, people are just going to go in. They could fall, get hurt, get lost. They could do all sorts. And the very nature is, it was a private house, so yeah, it's unlikely there's going to be open to the elements for explorations for explorers like myself to go in. As much as I would be interested to. It was meant to be getting done up, but yeah, the college. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, yeah, Jenny, yep, that's right. Well, I never said it. I can't promote it because I can't say on here. I don't want people using my videos as a promotion it's not, it's not really what I want to do, but if I was there and I was opening, obviously I'm going to be promoting it anyway if I'm going in there. But if somebody gets this wind of that on here, goes and breaks the boards off it, and then but I never said it. I mean, I've just got to, anybody from Dundee, as you say, will know. And it's a big building. I'd like to see it. I remember when it was open, many years ago. Close relative of mine was involved with this building as well many years ago, so I'd be interested for nostalgic reasons as well. So yeah. So Tay Bridge is a bit of a pain. They're doing roadworks on that. It's just a disaster if you ask me. It's going to be shut for months. I mean, for goodness sake, it's going to be like 6 months. It's been down to Conterflow. What a carry on it is, Absolute nightmare. I mean, surely, there's no work being done on that line now. How can they not just work through the night? I mean, the Tay Bridge is in the middle of nowhere. No, who's going to hear the noise, Ken? How do I just do the work through the night and get it open ASAP, because it's just a... the tour buses can't get around it either because of the congestion due to it. So just get it open. There's a lot of roadworks in that I wonder why they call it roadworks, because every time, a lot of times when I pass, there's just nothing, people are screaming out for work. Can't we just get people working, give people jobs, get the jobs done that are needing done, give them a wage, good, decent wage, get the jobs done that are needing done. Then looking there, I can't see any work being done. That's just going to be delaying it. And then in the delaying, in the interim, it's just causing traffic jams. And what's the point in going on? It's not going to change nothing, is it? Yeah, what was I saying? I lost the chart. Oh no, it keeps on. I'll come up when it's ready. Oh, it just seems to just come up. I don't know. I'm just still getting familiar with this. There was a big open fence to get. There was a big hope in the fence to get in. The building, but the securities. Yeah, I know. I had a look at it was a couple of years ago actually. There's a big hole in the fence that was already opened. I went to see if I could get into the building, but there was a way in, but it involved climbing up walls and everything. If I went back 30 years ago, I could have done that. I could have done it no bother. I probably would have done as well, because that's what I did. So as kids, teenagers, in the 80s, used to climb buildings onto roofs and everything. I'd have been in there, no bother. Me and my mates, I wouldn't have went in on my own, but not a building that size, but me and my mates would have went in there because we would have been able to. We would have just gave each other heisties up. And I was tall for my age, so they always used to ask me to give them a heisty. And when it come for my turn to get up, then they'd have to drag it, put my arms in it, wheel us up, because there'd be nobody down at the bottom to get me up. But I was able to get up. I was a lot fitter back then. I wish I was as fit as I was. The determination is still be there, but when you get older, you think more of what if I fall and do me, break something, or I worry more. I've always been a natural worrier anyway, but even more now as I get older. I wouldn't want to dare climb up that wall to get in. I always have a fear that once it's awkward to get in and you're in, I always worry about the exit. I was kind of always like that when I went into buildings when I was younger, especially the Whitfield scan box. I was always wary of the exit, and I always kept my eye, and I always needed to know that I was there, because I hate the thought of being trapped in the buildings. And it'd be a right scutter to get out in a hurry. I was a fast runner back then, and there's been many times where I left my mates for dead. I was like, no, I didn't leave them for dead. I totally rephrased that wrong, sorry. That was totally the wrong thing to say. What I meant to say is, when we were all running away from something, if I heard something, or if I got spooked, we would all bolt out the building, and I'd be out first, and I'd be, because I was a fast runner, so I'd be away. But no, I wouldn't leave my mates, and I totally said that wrongly, but they were fast as well, so they weren't along behind me, but I was fastest, because I was tall for my age as well. I was quite big for my age, and I had the fitness level, and I was quite strong as well, I guess. I always liked the strength of things. I try to get quite strong on, give us a buzz, adrenaline rush. Used to just think of determination, I was normally thinking of engines and big engines, and the roar of them, and it just gave me that grunt and strength, it's just what grew up me. But I used to be able to climb into buildings, and if I fell when I was younger, I would just get back up again. That's what I did. Cut and bruised, just got up with it. And that's what it was like. I'm not exaggerating either. That wasn't something that I'm going to say that what should be done, but that's just the way. I didn't know any better, because it was like that. And I'm not trying to make it sound all macho and all historical and all the way it should be, and this is tough and blah blah blah. Well, it's just how it was. And I'm not trying to make it sound all great and everything. From these times, there was times before that, years before I was born. If I was to go back to these times, it was like, it'd be horrific. I wouldn't even like the thought of. Back then, I wouldn't like the thought of having no electricity and living like what we were told that people in the history back in the 19th centuries, kids having to climb into chimneys and sweep them. They'd be hard as nails. You know what I mean? Make us, well, no, I can't speak for us because I can't speak for anybody else, but it may make us look soft in comparison. But, for them, people post-war, living through all the wars, what we were taught in history, what happened, all the things that we were taught in history, about all the historical events that went on, and what it must have been like for them, and how hard it would have been for them living during the Blitz and everything, and, And they would look at probably the 80s as like, oh, just soft. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else. Don't know. But I'm just looking back on the history that I was taught, and just thinking of the ideas that I was taught from these ideas that I was told what had happened back in the history. And comparing it with the likes of today, I don't see as much as that today. I can't imagine it being like that today, where they'll like kids, I'm just bragging about my age in a way because it's my birthday, but kids, I can't speak for kids because I don't have any and I don't know what they do, but I don't think the trend is as much because there's more on offer in the way of the internet, and I tend to think that things are more virtual rather than what they were back in when there wasn't an internet, pre-internet. So before the internet there was more probably physical activities to occupy our time that were around back then, whereas now there's more time spent on the mental side of things. The internet is more exercising the mind rather than the body, because I'm sitting here right now doing hee-haw and just sitting here in the car relaxing, enjoying the view, but not actually moving very much, but yet and on the internet interacting with well, not, you know what I mean, artificially, because you know I've got to mention that artificial is artificial. I'll make that clear. It's not the real thing. I'm not interacting with anybody as such. I'm just interacting with a device, and I'm only getting the idea that I'm interacting with people from what the device is giving me out, what it's telling me and seeing, or what I believe it's doing. I don't know what you're seeing, but you might see a picture and it might just give you the idea of what's going on. But it's not physical interaction as such, like if you were out in with people here, you're physically, well, face to face interacting, but at the same time you could be walking around, or if it were when I was younger in the 80s, we'd be playing around, like climbing fences, climbing buildings, running about, just mucking about, you know, toy fights and stuff like that. Football, I never really got into football, to be honest, but you know, I'd done it. I had big feet, so I tend to be accused of hacking a lot, hacking them. But I remember just kicking the ball, toe capping it into the goal. Because when I was a kid, I've never really been a trainer's wearer. I've always wore shoes and steel toe caps, but Dr. Martens. And I used to kick something, I'll kick something. Bloody hot. Steel toe caps. But when it was on the receiving end, I'd get it harder. But when I'd done it, I was bloody sore, I can imagine. And when because, you know, what it was like sometimes, things just, when you're kids, you just, well, no. But I kicked the ball, steel, toe capped it, Steely Dan's into the goal. It was hard. But no, I got as much as more so, if anything, done to me more than what I'm not going to get on about it like, yeah, it's how it was. But I'm not hiding, not pretending anything, it's how it was. People think, oh, good old days. Was it fucking good old days? Was it what? It wasn't the good old days. I mean, in retrospect, looking back, it was, oh yeah, you might think it was good being back in the 80s when a kid, but it wasn't really. Because you didn't know any better, that's how it was now. I mean, I look back, 30 years from now, think, oh, it's good old days back in 2023. You know, if I live that long, hopefully, who knows. But no, it wasn't the good old days. Oh, you could think of it as good old days, but we didn't have any money, virtually none. House was damp, cold, and ice on the metal windowsills. Once my dad scrapped the old cars, when they were finished, we didn't have money to replace them, we didn't have a car, but there was also it got me in the buses, although I was into buses and big vehicles before that. It wasn't a good old happy times, trade it in. You could say that in retrospect on what it is like now, but it wasn't great. You know, being at school wasn't great at all. It was the usual things that went on, what you'd expect in school. You had the bullying and all that. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to deny that. But okay, I had my size on my side, I suppose. But even still, I was just a big softy. But when I lost my temper and that, we all do, we all have it. We all have it. And things just go the way they went, not always to my favour. But no, the 80s weren't, and especially with the well, be careful, but how do I word this in this day and age? It's not going to be so easy, is it? I'll be really careful what I'll word this one, but right, what I'll do is I'll say it this way then. Cars come in different colours and are made in different countries. In the 80s, cars come in different colours. And during the 80s, you got to be careful what you say nowadays. But yeah, I had my fair share of that, shall we say. It wasn't fun. Oh, it's good old days. Was it? Fuck. Oh, I miss the times when nostalgic. There were good times in the 80s. That's what made me the way I am today, because it's a part of my life that will, well, let's say, can't change. But then you know my theory about the Mandela effect, if you've mentioned it before. History, well, no one I mentioned it on here, but I mentioned it. If you're interested in the Mandela effect, do your own research into it and come to your own conclusion. But the Mandela effect, as it's termed online, could be looked upon as, it could be viewed upon as something like history changing. So when it says that about whereas in history happened, things have changed, Mandela effect style. But yeah, no, just going back to the point. Yeah, there's a lot of things in the 80s, smaller things, for example. I didn't have a lot of money, and didn't have a lot of money at all. So simple things like going on my bike, going out playing in the park, going out mucking about. I used to invent things like, I used to build with Lego. I didn't have anything like as much Lego as I do now. Didn't have the money to get it, but I got it from my cousin. I also used to build models out of paper. I was creative. I used my imagination a lot more than my other mates at that age. And I was into buses at an early age as well, which the majority of my mates weren't into buses. So you can imagine that went that way and I went that way. But still, but I've got close friends from the 80s that I'm still close friends with today that have a similar interest. There's a mate of mine that doesn't really have much interest in buses, but I know him very well for other reasons. I've been a good mate with him for decades and I still am. A lot of close friends that I've known from the 80s and early 90s as well, that still am to this day. And some of the colleagues, there's a couple of good close mates of mine that work on the buses as well. And through the other jobs that I've been with throughout the years. But then I'm much older. But talking of the 80s, birthdays as well meant more, because just smaller things, getting selection box. Well, that was at Christmas, wasn't it? But birthday presents where you actually took the wrappers off. It wasn't, I think nowadays it's a thought that counts, but it meant more. I remember getting my cousin's rally chopper. It meant the world to me. I got that, I think, for my oh God, I can't remember. I was big enough for it because I was quite big for my age, so I was quite young as well, but I was big enough to get on that bike. And my cousin was a good bit older than me, and I was able to get on that bike, no bother. And I always wanted it. Prior to that, I had a rally Tomahawk, and that was quite a bit smaller. It didn't have any gears, but I always liked the gears because the centre console bit on the rally chopper So I got that from, I think it was my 9th birthday, or was it my 10th? Can't remember which, but it was definitely the same time my dad had his Austin Allegro 1500 Super, which he scrapped in 1985. But I remember it going in the boot of that, or it was in the back seats. I remember it was probably in the back. It was a 5-door car, so it fitted in the back. But I remember I was very excited. It's like simple things like that. A bike, a push bike, you know, my cousin's second-hand push bike. It made the world to me. It's one of the best birthday presents I ever got. One of my best birthday presents. I got lots of good presents throughout the years, but that was one of the best ones. It's the same with Christmas as well. Christmas is what birthdays and Christmases, by the way, is what you make it. I'll have to say that as well. That's my belief, from my point of view on it. Birthdays and Christmases is what you make it, and it was always that way. But when you're younger and when you're a kid, it meant more, I suppose, something to look forward to. But things back then in the 80s meant wee things, smaller things that might be regarded now, meant more. I mean, I think nowadays things are more complex. Like, for example, the movies. I mean, Jeezy peeps. I can't even keep up with the storylines in the modern films. They're too complicated. Too much graphics. Too fast moving. I just can't keep up with them. I really can't. I don't enjoy them. I like a good old 1970s, 80s film because I could keep up with the storyline, a singular storyline, and I could relish some of the things that go on in the film. Whereas the modern films, God, it's just beyond me. It goes right over my head. I can't. It's just like a blur. Too much going on at one time. I just really can't keep up with it. I really can't keep up with it. Well, I'm way behind. Would love to get a look at the old Continental Ballroom in the Kilgate. Oh, I'd love to get a look in the old Continental Ballroom in the Kilgate. Ideas. Yeah. There's a video up someone who managed to enter it. It wasn't that long ago as well. Just search up the name of it. Should go. Oh yeah. I'll search the name up. But any time I watch someone else's video, I'm like, God, I get jealous. I wish I was there. Wish I was with them. I get jealous. I'm like, God, you go. And I just missed out on one of the buildings, by the way. There was. I can mention this one because I've already done a video and I've made reference to it on my previous videos a couple of years back. There's no way you'll get it now. No way, because I'll do it up. But at the time, oh wow, that's quite a smart car coming up. I think that's a Mazda, is it? A Subaru or something. Nice one. It's quite smart. But it's the Custom House. It was the same time I'd done the exploration of the Robertson's furniture store that burnt down recently. I'd done that, and then me and my other explorer were going to go in, or tried to get into the Custom House, the old Custom House down at the City Quay, Dundee City Quay. Oh, nice. Oh, you might just get. Nah, we'll see it. You'll just see tail lights. You won't make anything of it. But yeah, I missed out on it. But just prior to that, I saw a video of someone being in it. I thought, yes, there's obviously a way in. But it just dawned on me, because when we got there, it was all sealed up. But it dawned on me that video was done. I mean, it was uploaded recently. The video was uploaded just recently prior to that. And I thought, yeah, there's a way in. But the video was actually filmed probably a while ago, but it was only uploaded recently. Because by the time we got there, it was all boarded up. And I was like, damn it. Because I had dealings with the Custom House for a few reasons. It was one of the job places where I worked in. Oh yeah, bugger, that wasn't very nice, was it? Don't know if you heard that. I thought that car just reversed into that high curb. Oh dear. Oh, it sounded like it. Maybe not. It's just when it starts to get dark, you might not see things as clear as what how things are, but getting distracted now. Yeah, I missed out on it. But I was working in a factory in Perth, and the agency was based in there. And before that, I was in there for other job-related reasons. Yeah, but I'd love to have got back in there again. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to do something for a minute. I'm going to have to get out for a second. There's something I need to do. I'm going to be back in a second, right? So what to do? I can't pause this. I was going to pause this. What am I thinking? This is going to be boring. I'm only going to be about 2 minutes, if even that, right? So just bear with me if you're wanting to stay on and up. I'm only going to be 2 minutes. Yeah, I can't really move that. Just bear with me, okay? Oh, hello. Just to nothing for a second. Oh, hang on. Just a second. Is that better? That's better. Whew. So, check the charts. Here we go. Where am I now? Oh, Leon, yep, I'm glad you're here. Nice to see you, meet you. What do you say? Nice for you to be here. When you know somebody personally in person and you see them on there, you can't say nice to see you. Nice, hello. Hi, Leon. Yes, I probably won't be able to stay too long. Yeah, that's okay. But just want to do wish you a happy birthday. You have to be up early for the work. Yeah, no bother. That's fine. Understand that. Yeah, you take care. yeah, nice to drop in and say happy birthday. Much appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I had a nice day. I done what I enjoy doing today. Lego building and visiting the Lego exhibition at the Royal National Lifeboat Institution. Got in Broughty Ferry in Dundee, I got that right. It's only because my mate so earlier, she corrected me on that. Well, I couldn't remember off the top of my head, but she rattled it all just like that. And I said, oh, right, feeling is mutual, you've always... Sorry, buddy. That's me away. Oh, good evening. I'll see you. Yep, no bother. Yep, see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Yep. I've watched that video about the custom house. Oh, you've seen that one? Yeah, Jenny, yep, you know what I mean. Yeah, I missed out on it. Oh, God, I would have loved to have got on it, but there's no chance of getting it now. The only way I'll get in that now is when it's done up and if I've got permission to go in to have a look. That'd be the only way. I don't know if there'd be a lot of film it, but I wouldn't be there like that. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with it, like, but I'll keep a check on that anyway. I've watched that video. Yep, yeah, you got to. Oh, that car sounded good. Loud exhaust. That's not the loud sporty exhaust. I like the genuine raw engine sound with no silencers. That's how I like it. I don't like to. I like sports cars like the Motorsport, obviously, but I like proper raw, uncut or unaffected, unmodified, just raw engine sound, no silencers, straight out the engine. I've done that on my videos of one of my old cars. I took the manifold off and the actual sound coming right out the engine, right out the exhaust ports. So flames. I've got a video of that as well. It's on my channel somewhere. I can't remember what I titled it, but it is on there somewhere. Oh God, I can't remember off the top of my head what it was titled. But there is footage of that, and you saw the flames coming out the, not flames like as in big flames, just you looked at the exhaust ports and the cylinder head, you could see the orange flashes, and just when I revved it up, I was able to rev it up manually on the engine because it was a cable throttle, cable operated throttle. So I was able to adjust it on the actual engine block. You can't do it in the modern cars now because it's all done by drive-by-wire, where they use a stepper motor to adjust the throttle on a petrol engine car. Because our petrol engine can't adjust the speed, they use the throttle as a means to, as well, the modern ones, it's injection and throttle. There's a map system where it controls the fuel and the air, and it's all done with electronically via electrical actuators, whereas on the old cars you couldn't do that. It was the old cars was done with the mechanical cable operated. I went through the bulkhead and you could adjust the what do you call it, the throttle body with the you know, with the cable. But yeah, you see that, I like it. Oh God, what was I going to say? What's this? It's just that they've got an arrow right across the. Actually, I can't read it until that arrow goes away. There we go. Dealers bang on time. Ah, right, yeah. Well, so it's been a good day actually. I had a relaxing day. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll be able to get a beer. Jeez, is that the time? 11:15, 20 to 1. I can't believe we've been on. It's ridiculous how fast time has gone. Time has actually sped up. It really has. It really has. I'd say about a factor of 2. I'm not exaggerating, I'm not kidding. I really do think it's sped up. But yeah, so I've got quite a lot of ideas for my channel. I could do the Alec Baldwin's, got Midnight Cruiser, I've got a Quest, I've got to upgrade my Crest, I've still got the banger racing videos to put up as well. I think I've got a part right in front of me, please. Oh gosh, thank goodness for that. It's just that I've had that before. I've had people park right in front of me with their lights on and their engine running. It's just sod's law. I'm not blaming anybody, but this is anybody come here. Obviously they can't. I don't own the place. You know what I mean? It's public. I can't say no to them. I don't think bad of them or anything like that. I don't think anything. I don't think it's just sod's law. And just to know that it's sod's law. That's all. Sod's law. That's all. And I'm not annoyed. You know what I mean? Just frustrated. It's probably all the time. It's just because I'm doing it live and there's just a wee bit more sort of, I don't know, you get a bit more nervous, I suppose, when you're doing it live, because you know that, okay, there's not that many, well, it can be watched any time, at any place, at any given moment, so it's live, isn't it? So you kind of feel a bit more, that's that word, edgy, I suppose. I'll be honest. I'll just be honest, really, yeah. I'm not going to get on and not familiar with it, but it's a lovely place. Look, you get a lot of tourists up here at night as well. I mean, I'm doing it myself. I mean, it's open to all. It's good. When you watch the lights, the city lights over the reflecting off the Tay and everything, yeah. Or ones at Tayport, anyway, Newport. It's really quite impressive, even at this time of night. It's not just a daytime thing. You come up here at night, it's really nice. Especially on a clear night, you get the stars. You know, you get all that as well. Yeah, it's good. If you get a chance, you know, if you haven't been up already, I definitely recommend it. There's some people I know that haven't even been up. Well, so yeah, I know someone that hasn't been up the Law Hill yet. I know someone that hasn't been up, and this person is much older than me. And I kid you not, Dundonian. I've never been up. They've never been up the Law yet. The Law Hill. Ah, I said it wrong. The Law Hill. That's not how you say it. It's Dundee Law, because the law means hill in the old Dundee language. Never mind them outside, but no, that's okay. Come on, nobody's bothered me. It's just me. I just get a bit. I get like that. Again, I just sort of thinking because it's live and and saying, God, I've got to watch, because if they do something that I don't want to be shown on here, I've got to keep an eye on that, because I'm then broadcasting something. If somebody trips and falls, and it's going to be shown publicly, and I don't want that on my video. I don't want anybody getting shown up on my video. So I've got to. That's why I just don't want people hanging about here in case they do something that I wouldn't want to broadcast on my video, because it's live. So I get a bit edgy. But I did pick one of the most popular places of all, didn't I? But I picked this place for two reasons. A, you get a nice view. B, it's a nice touristy place, and it's right next to that area, so I should get a good reception, a good picture, good live stream. And I wanted to see the sunset, and I just wanted to be up here. I like it up here, chilling out, get a nice view of my birthday, just chilling out on my birthday. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing, when you do it live, there's no rewind button, so if somebody does something that I don't want them seeing on my video, I just wish that there's nobody, I can't wish it. I'm not saying it's them. There's nothing wrong with it. They're not in the wrong in any way, shape or form. They've got every right to be there. They can be there if they want, but I just find sod's law. When I'm doing it live, I just don't want anything happening on camera when there's people about, because it's for their interest as well as mine. Okay? If they're tripping something, I don't want that shown live on my video, not my video. Some people get I've seen videos before where people get, well, I don't know, I can't say for people, but it seems like they put it up for so-called comedy, to watch people's misfortune, which I find absolutely, it just annoys me. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. Why should people find amusement of someone's misfortune? Why? It's perhaps the way we've been conditioned. I mean, like the comedy, so-called comedy that they broadcast on the telly, it's to get you to follow a certain thought process to think that this is funny, so they put the canned laughter on. This is the cue to laugh, you know, to make it, oh, this is meant to be funny, so they put the canned laughter on, so that, well, you know, as if to say, well, laugh then, it's just meant to be funny. You know what I mean? Anyway, never mind. It's lovely, like, it's chill out over here, and just look at the lights twinkling away, and I think of things. You see, that's the thing as well. Back in the 80s and that, just looking at views and thinking of things, it was more imagination, because nowadays with the internet and that sort of, not hijacks your imagination, but it kind of, like, what could you, what's that word? Never off the bloody thing. Some people will know that I never off it. It's like glued to the thing. How could they imagine things when they're glued to it? I mean, it didn't get me wrong, exactly the same. I'm doing it right this moment. You know what I mean? So I'm doing it myself. But I think I'm aware. I think everybody's aware anyway. But it just goes to show that if you're stuck online, do you really get a chance to just sit, you know, and just dream, think, look at the lights and get ideas? I used to do that a lot. I used to go on a lot of holidays, still do, but pre-internet, shall we say. Well, pre-internet to the public domain, let's put it like that. Certainly before Ireland, that's probably an accurate way of putting it, because I don't know who had it. I don't know when the internet was invented. It's probably invented decades and decades and decades before we ever even heard of it. Like, I believe a lot of technologies out there we've probably never even heard of. But then you have the ones at the top with all the money, they'll get it first, and then they'll set the example to get everybody else inspired to get at it as well. Then they'll give you all the ways to fall into the ways of living by making life so-called easier by getting internet, and then becomes virtually impossible to do without it. Like, for example, some places will not. You won't be able to get certain things unless you have, you know, for example, contactless. I mean, if you don't have any old-fashioned like myself, good old cash, just good old cash. That's just, when I say good old, you know what I mean, that's just a saying, like, you know. Good old cash, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of shite. It just rolls off the tongue that way. But kind of banter or whatever you call it. Good old ways, good old days. You know, what does that mean when you say that? You know what I mean? It just sounds easy to say. It rolls off the tongue. Oh, like the good old cash, you know. What's good old about it? It's just a bit. It's what the value is you put on it. It's what you get for it. Which is less now anyway. Price of everything going up. It's just part of the reason with the. Yeah. When you work, you know, does the value of the, if you're working, does the value of your wage go up according with inflation? You know what I mean? If everything goes up, surely everything else, including wages, should go up as well. So that, yeah, you know, your value of your job's still the same. Instead of having to fight for it. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, yeah, back in the 80s and that, again, you know, you just sort of, well, I don't know about you, but I sort of just enjoyed, well, I can't say enjoyed, because that's really just wrong. What I'll say is I sort of done what I'd done to get by, and that was spent creating things in my own creation. I built paper things, models of, God almighty, he's not got any lights on. He or she, or that driver has not got any lights on. How good to see? The front lights are on, but have you that? There's tail lights. I've seen, it's pitch dark. How on earth? I'm not going to show the number anyway. I'm not showing anybody up or anything on here. Like, yeah, when I say to myself and I see that, I'm like, jeez. But sometimes, by the way, on the newer cars, I totally disagree with this. It shouldn't be. The interior panel lights should not be on when the exterior lights are off, because that is an indication. It should only come on when your exterior lights are on. The panel lights inside the car should only come on, in my opinion. They should only come on when the exterior lights are on, as an indication to let you know whether your lights are on. I mean, you should know that you've not got your lights on here and it's pitch dark, but in the little areas with the street lights and that, Even myself, when I was driving these Scania buses that we had back in 2010, I had the bloody interior lights, you know, these dash panel lights were on when the exterior lights were off. And it was lit up, you know, street lighting. I was at the terminus for that's when you used to get layover time. Well, some cases you still do a wee bit, I suppose, but I had layover time in the town and I switched the engine off. And then when it was time to go, I switched it back on again. And then the panel lights came on, you know, and it was just like a tiny wee green light that tells you whether you got your exterior lights on. For a few moments, a few metres, that's all it takes. Doesn't matter if it's a few inches, you shouldn't drive without lights. But I didn't drive very far, shall we say, because you see the reflection of other vehicles anyway, whether you've got lights on or not, when it's lit up by street lighting. And I clocked it. Shit, I drove out with lights. And it's because the bloody interior light, the panel lights were still on. That should be an indication to tell you whether your lights are on, like the old cars. Like this one as well. This panel lights don't stay on. It's like these bloody daytime driving lights. There's all sorts of things I could go into, but I'm not going to go into it. I think that the daytime driving lights, some of the lights that interferes with the indicators on some cars, it makes it harder to tell. I know because I've driven for years, and I've driven way back as far as 1995, and I know that the old cars and that, the indicator lights were separate unit, and a lot of them were in separate unit. It was an orange light lens, and you would tell them when the indicators were on. But some of them now with this clear light, and it's just this coating they put on the bulbs, and the way they've positioned them, sometimes they're infused with the light behind it, and it makes it a bit harder, I find, to notice the indicators. I mean, I know because I could compare to what I remember, even before I drove, way back, the indicators were on a different position. It's in a different area, and you knew that they were indicating. But now the mods, and a lot of them, or some of them, more and more of them in fact, are more infused, and it's becoming harder. And you've got different light level heights as well. Then you've got all these cyclists with different brightness and different positioning lights. There's no set way of, you don't know whether it's what's coming towards you. It's harder, more complex. But but yeah, what was I saying before that? Yeah, back in the 80s, I suppose reminiscing on my birthday is something that might be an idea, I suppose. Just thinking of the goodness, good old days. Was it what? It was hard times. We didn't have any money. We lived in a house that was cold in the winter, damp, but you didn't know any better. That's how it was. That's how it was. And if you were if you had you got a car park with a lot of cars of a similar colour, and one car's got a slightly different colour, things were tougher in the 80s in certain aspects of things. You got to watch what you say nowadays. And I'm not going to spark any debate on my channel because I'm not interested in doing that. But I'm just telling you from my experiences. It was good old days, my arse. It wasn't a good old, it's just that we didn't know any better. That's how it was. But would I like to go back to the 80s? Yeah, there's nostalgic things that I would like. There's good things and bad things. But that's how it was. I mean, take 30 years from now, would I like to come back to what it's like? No, would I say this is the good old times? Would I say this is the good old times? No. Well, I'm alive. I was alive in the 80s and alive now, 50 years, what am I on about? 48 years. 50 years. To make it like sound like an old fart. No, I'm not that old. I'm not that young now. 48 today, but I don't take an opinion. I'll just tell you how old I am, and 48, make what you like of it. If you're 8-year-old and 48 will seem like you're an old man, but if you're 60 or 78 and then just a young lad, some people still get off the bus and say, thanks son, or son. Well, yeah, because could be you're old enough, still a young lad. My mate on the buses, he's older than me, he's still sort of says, you're just well, no, he doesn't say that. I probably am just a big kid anyway, playing with Lego. Well, I'll make it sound better when I'm saying playing with Lego. I'll say design and build with Lego. Make it sound fancier, eh? Just playing with Lego. No, build and design with Lego. Then go and smash them up and play with it. And just, demolition derbies, like the barrier racings. Yeah, big kid. I'll tell you one thing, I would rather be a young kid again. But in saying that, I mean, things were different then. I mean, you thought a day was a day. It felt like a day. A year felt like an eternity. See, now, not only is it the time is genuinely sped up by a factor of 2, I would say. I mean that, seriously. But you might think that's bonkers, but no, I mean, genuinely honest about that. But apart from that, the fact that it's sped up, Or the fact I'm saying is, the fact that I believe anyway, that it's sped up by a factor of 2. And I was going twice as fast. Apart from that, yes, a year is less in a proportion to my overall age, and aware of that. I mean, obviously, when you're 8-year-old or 10-year-old, 1 year's a 10th of your life. When you're 48-year-old, and it's a 40, oh, come on, I'm going to make it easy. If you're 50-year-old, then a year's only 2% of your life. So the proportions, yeah, and aware of the proportional difference. So yeah, a year will feel longer, but you know, you done more in a day. Back then. I mean, I suppose, I don't know what it would feel like for somebody that's 10 or 15 now, how time feels to them. I'm not going to ask them anyway. I mean, I know my mate, his nephew, he's not on here now, my mate's got to go, but his nephew's quite young. I don't know how his perception of time is. The law, not for, oh, right. Yeah, Star Trek in the 60s had a flat screen TV, flip phone. Oh, it's just I can't read that blooming arrow is in the way. It goes off eventually. I just can't, because they've got this arrow right in the blooming chat. I'll try to read what. Yeah, we'll get to that eventually, but I just try to read what it says here. But I'll get it eventually, but yeah. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, when I think back to the old days, like, you know, things were, I suppose, like maybe more meaningful in some ways. Smaller things, like a day out in the town would have felt, well, you're gonna get that moth flying on the screen now. It's just flew in because of the light. Great, but yeah. It's now moved. Now I can read it. Star Trek in the 60s had a flat screen TV, flip phones, iPad for Captain. Yeah, I know. I was watching The Twilight Zone, and I was watching. You could just imagine you had a kind of tough in certain ways, both growing up. Glad the ways are behind you. Mate, people are so close-minded. Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it wasn't all happy days. Like hell it was. A lot of things went on, you know, and other aspects in life as well. You know, it's only the good old days when you think of the good things, but would you really, really, really want to go back to the things that you hated? But then 30 years from now, and I look back to now, would I like to go back to certain things that I don't like now? Because I can assure you, there's a lot of stuff that I don't like now. But it's sort of more kind of understandable now, because I'm obviously older. I can accept it easier for certain things, and my outlook's different on things as well. Like back in the 80s, if you heard someone in the news or in the newspaper, oh, it ought to be true, you know, it's on the news, oh, you're on the telly, wow. No, my view's totally changed. I've got good reason to as well. Everybody's got a view. That's sorry, it's just a light. Yeah, my view's changed on a lot of things. But regarding like the Mandela effect, or what's referred to online as the Mandela effect, anyway, I'll give it that. Because that's, I don't know, I'm not going to claim I know what it is, because I don't. But I can assure you I know what I've experienced. And what I've experienced resembles it closely resembles what's referred to online as the Mandela effect. I didn't dub it the Mandela effect. I know why they've called it the Mandela effect from what I've read online. I've never met Nelson Mandela. I've never kept up with any of the full in-depth documents about, you know, Nelson Mandela and why it was dubbed the Mandela effect and all the rest of it, blah blah blah. But just in a nutshell, it was just because there was a report of him dying earlier than what he did, so they just dubbed it the Mandela effect. But they could have dubbed it a lot of other names as well. But I'm only just using that in reference to what it's referred to online, so it's easier for you to understand what I'm talking about. Because you could go online, type in the Mandela effect, and you'll come up with lots and lots of stuff. Or at least I do anyway, when I type it in, and I think you will as well. It would appear to me that it's widely recognised online as the Mandela effect. It's widely recognised around the globe. as is the Mandela effect. But I don't know really what it is, but I do really know what I experience. And what I've experienced is definitely resembled what's referred to online as the Mandela effect, and that changes my outlook on things as well. But even back in the 80s, I was always I always felt, and still do feel, there was more to this life than there was. Although I did believe, you told someone in the news or from the taught stuff at school, you took it to heart more because it was like one narrative. But now, okay, you've got the internet that gives you, a big variety of different points of views. But believe you me, it's only off, if it's on the internet, it could only ever be off the internet. So when I say believe you me, that just was just a phrase, I just thought, I'll rephrase that, forget that. Don't believe you me. I'm not trying to convince you anyway, but if you're getting information off the internet, there's more information readily, there's more information online available now than what there was in the 80s. There wasn't an internet in the 80s, to my knowledge, and probably wasn't an internet to most people's knowledge, certainly to I know of anyway. So more ideas are coming into here. Really, yeah. Like that sort of experience a good few MA's effects as well. Yes, I've experienced. I'm going to put a video up called Quest. I'm going to put some of my latest Mandela effects in there. But there was there was a big one on Still Game. For those that don't know, it's the BBC Scotland's comedy show Still Game. It's no longer being broadcasted now. It's not being made anymore. Oh no, sorry. It could be broadcasted as reruns, repeats, but it's no longer being made, sadly. I love the show. I really enjoyed it. And I've watched the original series. I've got the later ones as well recorded, but I love the originals. And I could pretty much, I know the verses, the phrases, the words and that quite well in the original. And there was some of them, that's too complicated to explain. I'm not going to go on a bit on this, but some of them have changed anyway in that series. And it seems to be a lot of them happening in the Still Games for me, the Still Game episodes. And some of them changed back as well. And the very fact that it's changed back and then focusing my attention on these subjects is because something's happened. Otherwise I wouldn't be mentioning it. But the Mandela effect, ever since I came across the term, the Mandela effect online, which was late 2016, I've never ever stopped thinking about it. There's not been one day I've stopped thinking about that. And even before I came across that term Mandela effect, early on in spring 2016, the views had changed from stuff that I started thinking about. I came across something. I came across something online that opened up a different thought pattern, but it doesn't. Prior to that, coming across that online, I had the thought pattern there anyway. But when I came across it online, I knew there was something. In fact, I came across that phenomena before that. I didn't know that there was a term called the Mandela effect back then, because it was as far back as 2007, and even before that. I mean, even going back as far as the 80s, and before that. But certainly, there was something. And throughout the 90s, I didn't know about the term Mandela effect until later part of 2016, about autumn 2016. But spring 2016, March 2016, I came across, I had something in my mind before. I was thinking about things in my mind about, because I think a lot. And I was thinking of something that came across on mind. And it just sort of, not reinforced it, but it just made me think about it. I never stopped thinking about it since. This is just a great awakening thing, or whatever. It's not awakening, you know what I mean? But anyway, I think I'm going to have to, and this video is quite long. But I just enjoy my birthday anyway. When I get back, I'll probably just go to Tesco's and get something out of there. Cup of tea, or watch a Clint Eastwood film or something. I don't know. I'll watch something, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm going to have to maybe just round this off, because it'll be too late if I don't. Going on long enough. I'm getting tired. Jeez, another 3/4. Good grief. I'll never end if I don't stop now. These figures are all over the place. I just can't keep up with them. But no, I'll thank everybody that's came on, and I'll thank everybody that watches this in retrospect. And thanks for all the birthday wishes. I much appreciate that. Yeah, that Mandela effect, I've definitely experienced it for sure. Definitely. Oh, just chilling out now. So, yep. Enjoy the rest of my birthday. Yep, thank you. I will do. I'm going to just sign off then. And as I say, thank everybody for wishing me, giving me your good birthday gestures. Thank you very much. Right, I can't remember how to stop this thing though. Where's the stop button? I can't remember. I think it's this one, isn't it? Right, so I'll probably end it again. Okay, right, thanks for watching, and just watch me figure out how to switch this off again, because I've genuinely forgotten. Is it that? Yeah, it is. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.